Hi, this is Iwona, and today I will talk to you about color grading in Lightroom. Hi, my name is Iwona, and I want to show you one of my favorite tools in Lightroom. I use it with almost every edit, and this is color grading. So if you're using an older version of Lightroom, you might know it as split toning, which was the previous version of that tool, which was okay. I used to use it like a lot, but color grading is way more has way more options. So if you're using that older version, you might see only highlights and shadows, no midtones, and instead of seeing those circles, you will see just sliders and a little box, like a rectangular box on which we can click, and you will find a color palette similar to the circle here, just with a different shape. So if you have that split toning, you can still watch that video, and I will try to kind of take the information from my video and put it in with your split toning. Let's talk about color grading. Here we have three circles. One says midtones, one says shadows, and the other one says highlights. So what it does, it just adds a certain color to a certain type of your photo, depending on which you choose. Like either it should be highlights or shadows or midtones. And if you hover over that slider, you will see just above it says HSL, which means hue, saturation, luminance. Every color here is described in those three factors. And by changing the color here, you're only changing those two factors, so that's hue and saturation. If you want to change the third one, and that is luminance, you just have to move the slider just below. And we'll try to add some different colors so I can explain to you a little how it works. So I just added a red color to the midtones, which just colorized midtones. So it didn't colorize much of the brightest part in the photo. It mostly affected those not very dark but not very bright parts. And the dark parts that are just behind his head here were not colorized because those are shadows. So if you want to colorize shadows, those darker parts, you have to add a color here. So right now it's colorizing this part with blue. It was already all blue, so you might not notice the difference, but it really does colorize. And if you want to colorize the brighter parts of the photo, you have to add a color in highlights. And this right now I'm going to choose a yellow tone. And right now we added three different colors to different parts of the photo. And those colors can stay separate without blending. If we move this blending slider down, they're not going to blend. So those would be three different colors. And if you want those colors to blend, you just have to move the slider up. So if we move it up, instead of having yellow and red, we'll have orange. And instead of having blue and red, we'll have a purple tone. So we can move it all the way up. So you can see right now it's adding orange basically over here, and it's adding more of a purple tone in here. If you want to see that a little better, you can hold Alt on your keyboard while moving the slider, and this is going to remove the color from the original photo to show the color of what you're adding a little better. And then we have another slider which says balance, and balance is that you can kind of decide where those colors are added. So Lightroom just divided your photo into three parts, so highlights, shadows, and midtones. And what you can do is just tell Lightroom that those are only highlights or those are only shadows. And if you move this balance slider up, for example, we're going to see only yellow added. So I just told Lightroom that those are only highlights here on that photo. And if I move it down, we'll just have blue, so only the color added to the shadows. So I just told Lightroom that those are only shadows. Again, you can use you can hold Alt on your keyboard to see the colors, how the colors are added to different parts a little better, because it does kind of like removes the color from the photo for a moment while you're holding Alt, and shows you the colors better. If you want to kind of reset the color, like if you don't want to add like red, you can double click on the name here, and it's going to take that circle all the way to the center. You can just, or you can move it, just like manually move it to the center, and it's going to remove the color. And I didn't tell you that you have the option not to show all the 3 circles at once. You can show only one of them by clicking all of those options. And the last option is global, so you only colorizing your photo with just one tone globally. So it just adds one tone to both to all highlights, shadows, and midtones without separating those three. And well, I think that's it. I don't recall if I told you that if you add a certain color, and if you're not sure if it made any better, and if it made your photo any better, you can click that icon just to turn it off for a moment, so you can then kind of compare if your photo looks better with that color grading or without it. And if you want to know how I actually use that tool with my photos, you can go to my website, iwonapodlasińska.com, and you will find there for photographers and tutorials, either with collections or single videos. Single videos, like collections, are the same as single videos, which is packed into like packs that you can buy a lot of videos in one time, saving some money. And you can choose also a certain video if you like certain effects that I got on that certain photo. And also check my Light and Story video workshop, which is not only about post-production, but also shows my session, and I will tell you everything I know about photographing children, starting with light and composition, and how I add colors, how I choose the colors for my photos, and about my equipment and the settings that I use. So everything I can tell you about taking photos of children in that video workshop. I hope that you liked the video and that those tips will be helpful for you. If you like that, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.